is what you got for me.
Durag Diaries, yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Tottenham transfer news show. You guys know what time it is by now. Talking everything Tottenham transfers, and I can already see the questions in the chat from Mr. Udang. So wait, are we signing Kota Takai, Kudus, and Jay? Are we signing Jay? Maybe so. Nah, Jay's gonna be joining us real soon. To come and talk a bit more about Tottenham transfers briefly before we head over to Sava's channel for Let's Talk Transfers with Sava at 1 p.m. as you guys should know. But before we get into any of that business, make sure you smash the like button on the way in. Don't take a second. It don't cost a thing. It's for free, bruv. It's for free. Everybody loves a freebie in this world. Go free up the light thing. Smash it one time. And also, if you want to become a member, yeah, you can go to the pinned comment in the comment section, of course. Fucking dopey me. Go to the pinned comment. You can tap on the link and become a full-time delinquent. Have the badge next to your name like Hyper. Yeah, be a real one. Big up Durag Diaries. Big up to my guy Hyper Protagonist. Big up to Fam Zone TV for the raid every time. Big up to D and Dean. Make sure you're back there tonight. Don't think people are deep in the hard work that's being put in right now. Yeah. Don't think people are actually deep in the hard work that is being put in, because for real, when people are, I don't think they actually like. Dean's in the hospital streaming, blood. Dean's been in the hospital streaming just so you guys can get some content. So make sure you're there every time, running it up, sharing it up, sending your best wishes and all of that stuff. But hey, Jay came here and then he went. So we'll wait for Jay to come back before we bring him in. But smash up the likes, people. Big up Tyrell Gunner TV. Big up to Kizzy in the house. Big up KJSJ. Big up to Matthews. Big up to SB in the building. The catch up. Make sure you guys are showing some love to these, man. They're about to stop. You know, I can't even lie. I'll go on to them today. Go on to catch today. I said, don't know what's going on with you, man. But I don't know where the streams are. But they best be happening because I've been waiting about 3 weeks right now. Yeah, I'm going on a stream break next week. You guys best be taking my slots. But make sure you guys show some love. Subscribe to the man them. But big up to Jay. He's finally in the building. Jay from the cave. He's no longer Hotspur Cave. It's Jay from the cave. Get to know what you say, my bro. Yeah, we got some mic issues. We're going to have to redo the intro. We're redoing the intro. He's going to have to do a re-intro thing because clearly things aren't going in right now. Things aren't going in. He's going to come back. What Musty, don't talk to me till you get in booms. Yeah, man, I can't even lie. The in boom stuff has been delaying 4 or 5 weeks to put in another bid. What's going on over on the Man United side? Things ain't looking comfy over them bits. But as they say there, run up the likes, hit the likes from early. Don't take a second. We got 100 people in the house. Our aim for every stream is 75. Might be pushing it a little bit today because it's a short one, but fuck it. That's what we're on. Yeah? Shoot for the stars, aim for the moon, one of them ones. So let's go for 75 likes. Run those things up today, right now. Pay me your bomber ass rent. But there has been an announcement today. Yeah. There has been an announcement. Oh, wait, KJSJ says the men's them need to link up this summer for real, though. Hey, the sun is out. The sun is out. So when you're saying this summer, you mean ASAP. It needs to be like the next 6-7 weeks. Yeah, because things are going in. Yeah. And we all know what England's like. The sun's going to be away real soon. So we got about 6 weeks to make that happen. I'm down, though. I'm down. But we do have the Japanese Van Dijk in the building. You can hear me?
Yeah.
All right. My like Jay finally here. Yeah. What them? He can hear now. He's really here. He's finally made his entrance, his proper entrance. What are you saying, my bro? How you been, man?
I've been all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Life is lifing, you know what I mean? But hey, I'm blessed to be alive, man. Protecting my energy, you know, like that.
Most definitely.
Where's my signings? I'm sure we'll get into that. But where's my signings?
I've been seeing Jay stream every other day, and big up to Jay because he's actually been putting in the work recently. But more than anything, I've been seeing that on every stream. Where's my signings? Where's my signings? Where's my centre mid? Where's my midfielders? Jay's been going mad recently because he's tired, he's hungry, he's starving to see something new at Spurs. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. It has been a bit of a, I would say a slow transfer window, but technically we've signed 3 players. Technically, Tel, Danso, and Kota Takai.
No. Takai and Tel, that's one player together. That's one player together. That's half a player each, you know, like that.
My bad.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, nah, honestly,
big up, Tony.
bro. I don't know how it doesn't make you mad, bro. I just get mad. Like I see Chelsea sign 3 strikers, bro. 3 strikers. Was one not enough? You know what I'm saying? The glutton, it's greed. Do you know what I'm saying? It's pure greed, bro. Who are we signing? We ain't signing no one. They're giving away signed fucking Europa League final shirts. That's what they give. That's what we're signing, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're giving signed Europa League shirts, bro. And oh my day.
I see it, IPFC. You know when you just said that? I looked at it for a second. I was like, oh my God. We got Noni Madueke in the house, people. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Are you going Arsenal or Chelsea? Like, what's happening? You got Arsenal.
Me down. You know what I'm saying? This is dark. I can't even wear a durag no more. Before it was Tel, yeah, and now it's Madueke. What's next?
There's no way, man will calling you Tel. Man will calling you Tel.
Bro, they were telling me.
Tel's about 4 shades lighter than you, bro.
When I had the twist, yeah, and the twists were twisting, yeah, they were calling me Tel. Someone has even gone as far, yeah. Someone has even gone as far in my chat to tell me I look like Wissa's son. Like, Wissa's son, bro.
Wait, man said you look like Wissa's son. That's crazy. That means you're due to be bold, isn't it? You're due to be bold for real.
I will embrace it. Don't worry. I will embrace it, bro. I'm not going to fight it. When it's time, bro. It's all going.
But yeah, do you know what? For one, let's start there, innit? Because there has actually been an announcement today. For those who don't know, we obviously spoke about this signing briefly on Boardroom Talks a few weeks ago, where Jay pretty much said, who is Kota Takai? He sounds like a finishing move from Tekken. You know, one of them. To be fair, that actually is a finishing move. You know Dragon Ball Z or not, you know. He's close enough, bro. He's close enough, innit? But we did get this news today, pretty much to say, and we do see him in the Spurs shirt. Confirm he is a Tottenham player. It's been confirmed on the Tottenham side of things. So look, a signing is in. It's a centre back, someone we both don't know, but someone that we're gonna get to know real soon. I suppose it's not whether you're happy or not with this signing, but what do you think about it? Because when I spoke with E last week about this, he's happy with these types of signings. He's on the side of, I want these types of young players who we're going to scout. You know, you spend 5 mil and then they become 50, 60 million pound players. He wants to make those signings and risk going that way. Are you on that side of it where you want to risk doing all these younger, more shrewd and, you know, obscure signings, or you want the proven players? You want to spend the money on the good players, the players that we know. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Keep it moving. What side are you on?
What's the total fee that we spent on him? What, 5 million?
5 million? Yeah.
Yeah. See, you can't really have a problem with that, to be fair. Like, it's £5 million. Like, if he would have to be exceptionally awful for us not to turn a profit on him if we sell him. Like, he genuinely have to be exceptionally bad for us to lose money on a £5 million signing. So, in my opinion, go for it. If you're gonna see, this is the thing, yeah. Everyone thinks I was against the signing of like Grays and stuff. If you're gonna go and get young players, go spend 5 million on him. Go spend 5, 6, 7, 11 mil on a player. Don't go and spend 40 million on a teenager that isn't proven. You know, so I'm okay with this signing, to be fair. People are saying that he's good. Some people are saying that he's doo-doo. Like you said, bro, I guess we just have to wait and see, man. I will say, though, Thomas Frank, bro, Thomas Frank, look, I guess this gives us a chance to see how good of a coach he is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be one of the first very early chances for us to really see what he can do with players with a new signing coming in like him. He's actually been called the Japanese Van Dijk by some, and I say some, just Jacob. But we can run with that. It sounds good. It flows off the tongue. Pause. But to be fair, when looking at him and looking at some of the stats, it's like he's a good player. He's got a good little base to build from. There's still a lot of things he needs to improve about his game. I've heard he's very similar to Van der Ven as he's tall, but he turns like a truck. Yeah, and we've got that same problem with Vuskovic. So it seems like Spurs are going for a very similar profile in the defenders. We want tall defenders that can impose themselves. Similar to, we were looking at Bramthwaite, he's obviously signed a new deal, but players that can be physically imposing, dominate aerially, but can also play out from the back. And he's really strong with his feet. But one of the things that has been pointed out is he turns like a truck. So if you're getting some fast, tricky wingers or strikers up against him, that's where some of the problems could lie. But what do you think about the defensive situation that we're in currently? Do you think that we need to sign or prioritize signing defenders? Because we're obviously a left back short. That's the one position we've only got one player in. And then obviously at centre back, we could potentially still lose Romero. And then away from that, I mean, what do you think of the depth options that we have?
I think it all really depends on what Romero decides to do. I think if Romero leaves, then replace him, because again, I see a world where at points in the season we're going to see a back three, at points we're going to see a back four in it, and you do need to have enough depth when you're rotating systems and playing different systems. Some defenders are going to be suited for a back three, some are going to play better in a back four. So I do think you do need depth on that part. If Romero leaves, I'm just going to say the guy, go and get Scalvini, bruv. Go and sign him, bring him to the football club. You know what I'm saying? Spaghetti Mafia and them things.
I've not watched him that much. I'll be real. I've seen minimal of Scalvini, but I keep hearing people gas up Scalvini like he's the next big, big thing.
He's cold from what I've seen. But I mean, look, I don't really like Romero as a person, but I can't say he's not a good footballer. So I guess we hope he doesn't leave. But if he does leave, yeah, replace. That would be, I'd say just, yeah, get in another centre-back. I don't want to see a world where Dragusin could potentially have to start a run of games again. We don't want to see that. Do you know what I'm saying? But no, I don't think. George, you know what position I'm going to tell you we need, bro?
I know, but we're going to get there.
Yeah.
We're going on a journey. We're going on a journey. We're going to get there, but you spoke about. Do you know what it is though with Dragusin? Yeah, because we've both been in agreement. I'm not a fan of Dragusin at all. From when I saw his first couple minutes at Tottenham, I was already like, this player's a bit spooky. But do you think that wasn't helped by Ange's system and the way that he was playing? Because obviously we know, I think we can all accept that Ange, he ruined the whole defensive. I think he made every single one of our defenders look so bad. From the left back, from Udogie, because Udogie in his first year and under Conte, he was like, yo, this got a player here. Not really under Conte before he came to Tottenham, and then under Ange in his first year, he looked like we got a real strong player there. But then struggled last year. Pedro Porro defensively struggled, and then our centre backs just looked really bad. I think with Dragusin, he's an out-and-out defender. From when you see of him, when you talk about like a low block, you can see him doing really good. I watched him in the Euros for Romania, a few of those games, and he was putting in work for them at the back, like literally clearing everything and getting rid of everything. But at the same time, when you're asking him to, build it out from the back, play it out, move it forward with his actual feet, he struggles a little bit. I do think that under Frank, he could utilize him a bit better. And we spoke about that back three system. I see Elijah in particular wants us. Bro, this guy about Mr. Tomba, don't kill me. Elijah said somewhere that we need to play a back three. He wants to see Vuskovic and Takai both get playing time, but I think it would be very likely that you see Dragusin get a lot more playing time in the center of a back three, just due to his ability to. I think he's our best aerial defender, definitely.
Hold on, I'm gonna call you out here, mate. I love you, bro, but I'm going to call you out here, mate. On my show, when we was building our perfect 11 going into the season, you said that the back three didn't give you much confidence going into the season. You said that formation didn't give you much confidence going into the season. So what are we doing here, mate? What we doing?
He's
Here?
been found, bro. I don't know if you noticed, but you're
What
my
we
boy.
doing here? No,
But I've been noticing E's eye and then scouting. It's not adding up. He's been going back and forth with some of his opinions. Some of the things aren't making sense, and it's like, I don't know. Maybe he's just watching a lot of different people.
Wait, hold on.
Off what they're saying.
Hold on. I may have had a stinker. It may have been the back four. It may have been the 4-2-3-1. Okay, it may have been the 4-2-3-1. Either way, yeah. Either way, I don't think. I think as I would like to see a back three to benefit Porro and look how Jords.
I'm just saying because I've been spotting E as being a fraud when it comes to some of this football side of things. And I'm asking E to talk about signings and stuff, and we're talking about the signings, and it's just not making sense. I'm asking E, I'm like, break down why it's not a good signing. He's telling me
because of Kudus. Is it because of Kudus, bro?
No, the Kudus one was one, but I've been not noticing a pattern. I'm noticing a pattern because you're forgetting me and E had Bergvall back from beef back from Bergvall. We got beef back from Bergvall. Madison and Kulusevski as well. We forgot we have beef. Me and E have been beefing about our talent IDs for a while, and I've been noticing that he's got a poor talent ID. That's all I'm saying.
Prefer different flavors of football. Like, it's all right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people
and he definitely likes the plain boiled thing.
Some people like Domino's. Some people like Papa John's. You know what I'm saying? It's just whatever floats your boat. You know what I mean? But no, in terms of the defensive side of things, yeah, I do think we're in a good position. I don't think Dragison's a bad defender, and I do think, again, like you said, Thomas Frank could turn him into a world beater for all we know. But yeah, until we're certain that Romero's either gone or staying, yeah, I don't think that's something that we need to do at this point in time.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably a fair point. I don't think Spurs need to move on a defender ASAP, but there probably needs to be some more clarification surrounding what's going on with Romero. But it's a tough situation, isn't it? Because I feel like Spurs could do with an upgrade at centre back, because I'll be honest, I think Romero and Van der Ven are good, but we need someone that's more consistent and someone who can provide us a level of performance, you know, across the season, because we know they've got availability issues, but away from the availability issues, they've also just got consistency issues. Both of them are good some games, and they're not good for a few other games. There was actually a confirmation yesterday. I'm trying to find what news outlet put it out, but there have been no new bids. Alistair Gold confirmed it. There's been no new bids for Romero from Atletico Madrid. They've not met our price, which is £70 million. And so at the moment, it's like, I don't really know what's gonna happen with this deal. But if Spurs are gonna make a move onwards from Romero, they need to have this stuff set up, because it could just be a case of Atletico Madrid putting a bid later on in the window, and then we need to sign someone else. So I think Danso is good, but I don't think he's ready to step in and be our first choice centre-back option ahead of Romero. But bringing it into the midfield, because at the moment, I can't lie, this has been one of the most quietest areas for Spurs targets. When I'm looking around and I'm trying to find news on who Spurs are looking at for this number 6, it is absolutely dead. Now, I don't know what number 6 Spurs are looking at. We've obviously just got Archie Gray on the books right now, and then you've got Bergvall, Bentancur, Basuma, who can all play that role, and then in front of them, you know, Sarr Madders and Kulu, who potentially be in the 10s or 8/10s. What do you who needs to go first? Who needs to go away from the obvious, you know, Balloon Dior? Who needs to go?
Well, I see Tony Rodriguez in the chat. Locatelli would be a dream signing. I think we can all agree that would be a dream signing in the midfield, bro. He's so good. But I think probably Basuma. I'd say out of the two, if you was to compare, hilarious. If you was to compare Basuma and Bentancur, I'd probably say from what we've seen, we've probably gotten more out of Bentancur in the time that he's been here compared to Basuma. However, what I will say is Basuma thrived under like the Brentford-esque, Brighton-esque style managers. Do you know what I'm saying? He thrived under Potter.
Yeah.
Now this could be we could be in a world where he might thrive under Thomas Frank. Now Bentancur, bro, I'm done with that guy. I personally want them both to leave, but if I had to predict what the club are gonna do, I heard that Basuma could go to Juventus. So yeah, man, I'd probably say Basuma has to go. And in terms of who to get in, I saw was linked with some Turkish guy that plays for Benfica.
Oh, Orkan Kokcu. He's not. He's not a number 6 though. He's more of an advanced midfielder. He's playing a hybrid 8 or 10, but he's cold. I can't lie. I watched him when he was playing for Feyenoord under Arne
I think
Slot.
we need another 10 as well. I think we need another 10.
I'm ahead. I've said that. I think we need someone to, like, as much as I like, I think Maddison will go up. Could go up a level. I wouldn't say will definitely, but could go up a level next season. I think we need someone in there to compete with him. And we need someone in there to challenge, because Kulusevski's not going to be around for the first few months. We need someone who's going to be there, actually putting this guy to the test and be like, do you know what matters? If you're good enough, you're going to claim this role. But we need someone younger who can compete. So you are right about that. We need someone who can compete with him, man. And that Orkan Kokcu, he looks good. I can't lie. I do think he's a decent player.
Another
might come around 40 million.
People might call me out for this, bro. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, he's a bad signing, bro." Go to Leicester and go and get El Kudus, bro. I'm telling you, he is a baller. He's a baller. The numbers weren't numbering. I won't lie to you guys, because you know Jay doesn't like to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna front. The numbers weren't numbering last season, but he was in a relegation Leicester team in it.
He's a young player, isn't
But he's a young talent. If you want to talk about going and getting young signings, that's a young signing that I would go, that I'd actually be in favor of. But yeah, if this Orkan Kokcu, again, I don't know if I said that right, but that you're saying he's a baller, bro. I'm gonna take your word for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take your word for it.
Nah, he is. He's a baller. But do you know what? El Kudus, you've got a good one there. That's a player who, for one, he's 21 years of age, could come in and compete, but also he would know his role. You're not going to come in and command, I'm starting, I want big money. You're going to come in and you're going to compete. But I liked his ball carrying ability, innit? Like, he can drive.
He can, he's very
silky with it, bro. He's one of them ones just rolling through players, just gliding with the ball. You can put him on the left, but he can also play in the middle. Yeah, that's a good option, you know. When you talk about players that have been relegated, players that could come at a cheap, might not have a mad impact instantly, but he's a player that could definitely do a job. I do think potentially you probably get picked up by a team not at our level, maybe a level below us, because they'll look at making him a main player for Spurs, whereas being just in and amongst the rest. But he's a good player. He's a good player. That's a good one.
Football, though, you dangle the carrot, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes
everyone jumps on, man. Yeah, everyone's jumping at Champions League football. No doubt.
I feel like we're so wrong, you know. Like, we actually finished 17th. We're here talking about the champions next. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be walking out to the lights and shit. Like,
yeah. I'm gonna have a whole light show on in the room. Don't worry, people. When we do a Champions League thing, yeah, you know the LEDs, they're gonna be flashing and them things. We're gonna make a whole light show on this Champions thing, bro. Man, trust me, yeah. We're really gonna feel that Champions League settings. Big up to Drula in the chat, though. You know, our fellow Spurs Mo. Is there anything you can drop regarding a number 6, Drula? Yeah, I know. Not gonna lie. Drula's sources are a bit spooky, because she was talking about Eze a few weeks ago, saying Eze is happening. So the sources are a bit spooky, but she's still our fellow Spurs Mo over here. So anything she says goes. You know, one of them ones. Let's big up to the chat now. I was seeing people talk about Wharton, and I can't lie. Big up to SSG. What do you think about this? Because I'll be real, I don't see Crystal Palace selling 2 of their best players. So if they get rid of Eze and potentially Gahey, they're not selling their 3rd best player in Wharton. But would you take Wharton if Spurs could go in for him? I mean, it costs some serious money to get it done.
Like no, I just probably wouldn't, because I know they're not asking for anything under 80 million. Anything under 80 million, that's the whole transfer window done. That's the whole. We spend 80 million on a player now. The window's done. Don't expect no more signings coming in, because we already know look how stingy they've been moving with Kudus, bro. Do you get me? Like, yeah, we're obviously not in a position where we can just throw money at things and hope it works like we were a couple summers ago when we was getting, you know, the Johnsons and the Mickey Van der Vens and the Vicario, surprisingly Madison, all in one summer. It's like cool, but Wharton, yeah. Plus, if Palace are going into Europe, I know Nottingham Forest, yeah, and Bun you, Wolfie, if you're watching this with your corrupt owners. You know what I'm saying? Corruption's only good if I'm a part of that corruption. Word to Unks. Word to Unks. But yeah, I don't know if they're gonna even be able to play in the Europa League because apparently there's all that mix
there's
up.
so much going on right now because I've been seeing reports. Obviously, Leon also owned Botafogo, and Nottingham Forest have been buying bare players from Botafogo, but also selling players to Leon. And I'm like, there's definitely some money laundering going on over here because I seem like Nottingham Forest are trying to help Leon balance their books so Leon can go into the Europa League, so they get denied, and then Nottingham Forest, like, that's what it seems like is going on at the moment.
The owner crashed out at what's his name? That's why
I knew, that's why you're mad, bro. Yeah, of course, bro. That's why, bro, I'm telling you, there's definitely some high-level corruption going on in the world of football right now. Because when you're seeing some of these moves, it's not making sense. Even like, since when did Galatasaray have 70, 80 million to be sending on a striker? Since I've never seen Galatasaray bid more than 20, 30 million for a player, but all of a sudden, they're spending 80 million on Osimhen. John Duran, apparently, Fenerbahce are paying all of his wages and got him from Al Nassr after 6 months. Like, it's not making sense. There's some type of money laundering all going on right now. And I did actually read. So with this Leon stuff, yeah, their owner, John Textor, who used to be the Crystal Palace owner, apparently for Leon, they only had 30 players on their books, but they've been paying wages for 50 players, bro. Bro, it's not making sense. Apparently, I also saw something else to say. They've signed 3 players and they've spent 80 million euros on those 3 players, and none of them have played for the club, but they're on their book somehow. So you already know there's mad dodginess going on with Leon. So I don't know what Wolfie's been doing, Nottingham Forest have been doing, but they've been trying to fund Leon
smiling, bro.
playing in the league.
That's why he's always sitting there in that chair smiling, fam, scratching that grey beard. That's why he's always happy, fam. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows what they're doing. He's part of the corruption.
He knows what he done.
You know what he done. You know what he did, fam. But I don't think we'll get Wharton just because, bro. If Palace are going into Europe, they're not gonna. No, I don't even think Eze is leaving Palace, bro. Genuinely, I don't think Palace are getting rid of anyone. To be honest, I genuinely think they're gonna go into this Europe thinking they can pull something off, which is absolutely stupid. But you know, each to their own, I guess.
No, definitely. Adam Wharton's cold in it. I think he's cold, but I don't think Spurs are going to have the money to spend him. £80 million. We're not spending that on a player. And plus, Crystal Palace is going to be awful negotiators. I think we moved away from that Eze deal simply because we didn't even want to deal with Crystal Palace and trying to negotiate something for them. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't see that deal happening. There was a question from Elijah here, though, about 5 minutes ago. Do you guys think Kudus and Madders could be the 2 inside 10s like how Palace play? I think with this, you're looking at a 3-4-3 formation that would require us dropping our wider players, which I don't think Frank's going to do. I think with his wider options, I don't think he's going to put Maddison out there. Maddison's not good enough. To be fair, he's not fast enough. He likes explosive players on those wings, players that can get him behind but also run at their man. I don't think Maddison's going to be the player that he's going to opt for in those positions. He'd probably opt to play him in midfield. But what do you think, Jay?
Nah, I don't think so. Just because, like you said, I don't see him wanting to use Kudus as an inside 10. I think Kudus is going to want to stretch the pitch a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He's going to want that space out on the left or on the right to run at players if we do get him. And yeah, like you said, Maddison. Although I do think people underestimate how effective Maddison is from off the left-hand side because he does drift. When he starts on the left there, he picks up spaces that he wouldn't usually be able to pick up from starting more centrally. However, 38 games. How many games are in a season? 38 games? 38 games in a season?
Yeah.
I don't think. It's very unlikely. He might try it for a game, you never know. Or he might maybe switch at halftime or something, but nah, not consistently. Not consistently, bro.
Yeah, I don't think it'll work on a consistent basis, but maybe depending on the team that we're playing against, we could potentially see it work. But people, get your questions in it, because we literally have like last 5 to 10 minutes of this show before I've got to head over to Sava. Jay, you run up a live after. You should run up a live after, man.
You know what? I actually am. I'm gonna go out though. Go get my workout in. You know what I'm saying? Summertime.
Yeah.
Get in the gym. So when you guys see me crashing out next time, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna see me with dumbbells. I'm just gonna be crashing out with the dumbbells here. You know, like that. I'm just gonna.
I hear it.
Where are my signings?
Where are my signings, man? Just getting in the workout at the same time. You can't deny it, but you gotta make that happen. Big up to Tony Rodriguez, member for 1 month. You know, that's a real delinquent in the house. Make sure you tap the pinned comment to be like Tony, bro. Be like Tony. Be a member. Be a delinquent. Be a descendant. You know what I mean? But are we still a top 6 club? That's a question for you, Jay. You're gonna answer that one.
Mate, I'm gonna just be real with you. Yeah, we didn't finish in the top 6. That being said, I think he means big 6. I believe he means, are we a big 6 club? Because you can't be a top 6 club if you didn't finish in the top 6. Only the top 6 are our top 6 clubs. But no, we are not part of the big 6, unfortunately. Now, even though we've just won a trophy, guys, I understand. Yeah, it's the first time in 17 years. This big 6 stuff don't exist, bro. I'm sorry. It's top 4. It's top 4. Do you know what I'm saying? The top 4 best teams. And it changes. Some teams fall out. It does change. You know what I'm saying? But right now, the top 4 teams in the country, as it stands, Liverpool, Arsenal Football Club, Chelsea, and City. That's just the reality of it. I don't. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I know people will say, "Oh, United on history," but do you know what I'm saying? But this isn't National Geographic. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't care about your history, bro. I don't care. We're talking about now, and as it stands, those 4 clubs are the best 4 clubs in England. So therefore, they are the big 4, the top 4. That's just my opinion personally.
No, I hear it. I think there's a big 4, big 6, whatever you want to call it. It's all a ploy by the Premier League to sell something and make it seem bigger than it is. At the moment, big 6, yeah, we're part of the big 6 because we're one of the big 6 teams. But away from that, we're not a top 6 club at the moment because Newcastle and Aston Villa across the last 2 seasons have eclipsed us. So when you're looking at it like that, you can only go off what you see. But 17th, I think bottom 6th. Fairs. You're old when I don't even know what that means. But it's a big fight. We got a question from Vindaloo. You never had a problem scoring goals last season, but it was conceding goals. What was the issue? Don't you think your priorities should be a DM? Yeah, I think me and Jay both agree. DM is a huge priority, but also I don't think scoring goals was actually an issue last year. I know you can look at the numbers and make it seem like Spurs didn't have a problem scoring goals, but if you look at loads of the games that we lost, the reason why we lost the majority of those games was because the numbers just weren't neat. Like, they weren't coming through when we needed them to come through. These players weren't turning up. The attacking outlet wasn't as fluid as it seemed by what the numbers made it seem like. So when you're looking at it, it was just like, yeah, Spurs definitely needed another attacker in there. We needed someone that can have a bit more X factor, and that's why we're looking at a player like Kudus on that right-hand side. So a proper winger. I think on the left-hand side, it's probably going to be Tel and Odebert competing for those places. I'm not too sure if Spurs are actually going to end up signing anyone, which is fair enough. I think Tel and Odebert are both good players with a good ceiling, but we need to see them take steps forward this season so they're not just young, up-and-coming players. They need to become more established. But there's
terms of that, though, what I will say is, I think sometimes people underestimate like how we scored the goals. A lot of those goals came in like a month spell of just a lot of goals in that month, and then we would go. You have to deep it. There was a point where I think we went 2 months without a win. Like, we went a long time without a win, and we were losing we were losing by 1 goal or 2 goals, but we weren't scoring. That's the point I'm trying to make. Do you know what I'm saying? So we were scoring in patches, and it kind of inflates it makes you look like you scored. Wow, Spurs scored 68 goals this last season, but they finished 17th. And it's like, yeah, well, 40 of those goals came in a 4-month period or a 5-month period, and then we went however many months without scoring. So it's like, yeah, man, we need clinical. I don't want to see a world where Johnson gets my top goal scorer again, unless he's scoring 30 goals. Like that, genuinely, I need to see someone who's going to just do what Son did in that season, in the first season without Kane, even though he only scored 17 league goals. I think it's fair to say
17 league goals is a high number. Like
yeah,
that's we need a player that's scoring that like next season. The reason why we didn't have that many goals, like we didn't have no one.
Kane, sorry, I've been spoiled. You know what I'm saying? We've been spoiled. I'm used to 20 minimum a season. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and everyone told us that we wouldn't be able to score without Harry Kane. Son picked the team up. I did have a question for you though. Do you think that Son's going to be a bench player this season? And if so, does that mean he loses the armband?
I think he'll keep the armband in that sense, but obviously the vice captains will take over and be the majority. Like the more captain probably. I don't know. Do you know what? That's what I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see if Frank comes in and actually appoints his own captains. That's what I would like. I'd like for him to come in after a few weeks of training and be like, look, these are the players that I'm going to proceed as being my captains for the team, rather than just continuing what was already there, because I don't feel like we actually had proper leaders on the pitch. That's one of the problems that we've had as a club. But I think Son becomes a bench player next year. No doubt about it. I think Son definitely becomes a bench player.
I think we should sell him.
I don't think he'll be stripped, but yeah, I think Sonny could be sold. Sonny could be sold maybe later on in the window. I think Sonny, but it would have to be a good deal. Would have to come in for a good price. Would have to come in, but also it'd have to be a team at a good level, because let's have it right. Sonny's a top player. Sonny's not going to no MLS. I've seen links to LA Galaxy. Sonny's not going to play for no LAFC, LA Galaxy, or anything like that. He's too good. He's quite frankly just too good for that. I think we need to see Sonny at a top European club. He could. I think maybe see him play. I wouldn't say Bayern, but teams at a higher level, Leverkusen, maybe a Dortmund or something like that. Nice. But even I think that's below his level, man. I'll be real. I think he can go to Italy and play at one of the biggest clubs in Italy. And that's what I think.
Well, you know what? AC. Leao's leaving AC Milan, innit? You never know.
Well, apparently Allegri said he's not leaving. Allegri said that he's announced. Allegri come out and said Leao's not leaving. Mike Mainan's not leaving. But I don't know if Allegri's doing this thing. When he's coming, he's like, yeah, mind games. He's saying it he said it to the press to let people think, yeah, I've spoken to them. They're not going. I don't even think he spoke to them. I think he's just said they're not going nowhere. He's one of them ones. He's old school. Yeah, you're not going. I haven't said you're going, so you're not going. But people, look, I have got to head over to your boy Sava to talk some more transfers with him. Jay, what time are you going live? Let them know.
I'll be live tonight. I'm going to do a late night stream, probably just chilling, talking some nonsense. I always talk some nonsense on stream. I might even be crashing out about still not seeing any signings. You know what I'm saying? Every day we go without a signing, I'm going to crash out. But love for having me on the channel, bro. It's always good to talk footy with my bro. And big up the chat, subscribe, man. We're on the road to 1K. We just hit 750. We're still pushing. So yeah, subscribe to the channel, man. Thanks.
Yeah, man. Make sure you're subscribed. His link is in the description. But also, mods, can you guys drop his link in the chat? We're not going to end the stream without dropping his link in the chat, so everybody can know where to find him. They could quickly tap that link and they can subscribe to the boy. As he said, he's real close to that 1K mark. It's just 250 away. Just 250. And in fact, that's the same as me and my goal to 3K. Just 250 away, people. So make sure you're sharing this up, sharing my thing, sharing Jay's thing, so everybody can grow, man. We need the Spurs creators to be at the top. There's too many. Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, all them man are flying high. Let's get the Spurs man up there. Especially
we're going to win the league, man. We're going to win the league.
Some of us. Mr. Udang has dropped it in the chat. Mr. Udang has dropped it in the chat. And as I said there, even Jay has a Durag. So he knows what's. I forgot mine today. I can't lie. I was supposed to put it on. I forgot mine.
Yes, what's going on, man? Like, I came prepared to the channel.
It's the fresh trim settings, man. It's the fresh trim settings. You know, I had to like just keep. I got my last couple of trims. As you know, he said Barber's been taking chunks out of my hairline and them things. So, yes, last couple of trims apparently. So in it and pushing that 30 is soon to be done, soon to be gone. But people, look, make sure that the link is there. Make sure you tap that link, subscribe to the boy. Look, we'll even do this for a second. Just give it a few minutes, let people run that up. And also, 57 likes. We aim to get to 75. We aim to get it to 75. So if you haven't already, like the video. We are gonna raid up views. We're gonna raid up views on sport. So make sure you guys, when you go over there, smash a like, hit him with a DRD raid. And let him know.
Come on, guys, come on, guys. Noni getting ready to move.
Noni is getting ready. Noni's gonna be flying. Jords, I've rattled Mr. Box Office recently. Trust me, he's been in my chat. He's been rattled. Don't worry. But a boardroom talks is coming. I was gonna do one today, but I'll be real. I don't feel like there's been enough news to even do a boardroom talks. Like there's been some news in the last 2 weeks, but no concrete. I want to see another signing. When Kudus is confirmed, whatever day that is, we'll do an emergency boardroom, and then we can go forward from there. But yeah, people, look, we're gonna head over now to Savas. So make sure you show some love, raid up on views, and show some love to Jay as well. Big up. We'll be back.